Good morning. Thank you all for coming. My name is Scott Stringer, New York City Comptroller, and I'm very pleased to be here with so many distinguished advocates. I want to recognize Jimmy Van Bramer, City Council member, and give him a round of applause. Give a round of applause. Norman Fruchter is here from the Annenberg Institute. Eric Pryor is here for Center for Arts Education. Zakaya Ansari from AQE. And we have a parent speaker as well, Peggy Washington, a parent of 3 children, and the Deputy Borough President of Brooklyn and former councilor. Yeah, let's give her a round of applause. Diane DeRado, yes. So we're here today to release a report that represents the first ever school-by-school breakdown of arts education in New York, overlaid against the city's economic landscape. And I have to tell you, it's not a pretty picture. After nearly a decade of cuts to arts education, over 400 of our city schools don't have a single full-time arts teacher. That's 28% of our schools. State law requires that middle and high school students receive arts education from a certified arts teacher. But 13% of our middle and high schools are in violation of that law with no arts teachers. And the students hurt most are in lower income neighborhoods, especially the South Bronx and Central Brooklyn. In these communities, arts education is being steadily erased. Just take a look at some of these maps. This map to my right shows you the schools without any certified arts teachers. You can see the clusters atop the red areas which mark our poorest neighborhoods. This map shows schools without any art or cultural partnerships, which can be a low-cost way for schools to expose kids to New York's great cultural institutions. We believe that this is unacceptable in the cultural capital of the world. Now make no mistake, arts education is no longer just about finger painting. This is about giving today's students the hands-on skills they will need to compete in today's marketplace, one that increasingly values creativity, working together, and the capacity to bring big projects to life. Our report examined 3 ways to measure a school's ability to deliver arts programming. First, whether schools have certified arts teachers. Second, whether schools partner with arts and cultural organizations. And 3, whether schools have room solely for art instruction. Here's what we found. 419 schools in New York City, 28%, lack a full-time certified arts teacher. And that includes 38% of all elementary schools, 20% of all high schools, and 22% of all middle schools. In addition, 16% of schools have no arts or cultural partnership, and 10% of schools have no arts rooms. And of schools without a single certified arts teacher, 42% are located in the South Bronx or Central Brooklyn. It would cost just over $26 million to put a certified arts teacher in every city school that does not currently have one. That's 1/10 of a penny of every dollar spent by the Department of Education. As part of a revamped school report card, the DOE should also include information on certified arts teachers at each school and include other metrics on arts education. We're taking the first step today by posting an interactive map on my office's website showing all schools without a full-time certified arts teacher. We must restore a dedicated funding line for arts education in all of our schools. This would add transparency and help make sure that every school is properly funded. And we should do a better job of connecting schools to our great cultural institutions. Creativity has always been one of the defining characteristics of our city, and we need to make it a defining part of schools as well, and that effort begins today. Now, I look forward to working with Mayor de Blasio and Chancellor Farina to expand arts education for all of our children. We've already been in contact with the Chancellor's office, and she's represented in our press release today. I also received a call this morning from our new Commissioner of Cultural Affairs, and he made it very clear to me that he has read this report, he agrees with its findings, and that he believes that we have to work with our cultural institutions in all of our neighborhoods. Now, it is really something to behold in this day and age when a child can go to public school in central Brooklyn or the South Bronx, do well in all subjects, graduate and go on to college, and never, ever take an arts class, or maybe never be in an arts room, or ever meet a certified arts teacher. We have put up with this for too long. We have spent so much time teaching to the test, we forgot about what it's like to have a well-rounded education. And that has to change. We have spent so much time squabbling back and forth between charter schools and public schools, we forgot that the children have to come first. And it's time for the adults to get busy. Today, we present hard documentation. This is not some sample of a report. This is not some manipulated data. This is not a wish list that we put forth. This is Department of Education's own data. It's all there for the world to see. And with the city budget priorities about to get going, we urge the City Council, we urge elected officials to join with the people behind me today and say, let's make a serious down payment on this budget to bring arts education to every child, no matter where he or she lives, no matter where they've grown up. Everybody can be the next Picasso or the next creative superstar that has long been the great tradition of our city. Thank you very much.